Hello, everyone. This is DuCré. I am the station manager at Real Talk Big G Radio. I would like everybody to relax and ride the music. I have a great show this morning. The topic is all things music. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He gave me that dirty, nasty, stanky, low-down, dirty blues. Good morning, everybody. This is JuLģi DuCré, the station manager at Real Talk Big G Radio, and also a radio talk show host. This morning's topic is all things music. These are the big internet trends for music in 2017. Forbes magazine has a story on Mary Meeker's Internet Trends 2017 report, which takes 355 pages to outline what we should expect in terms of everything from healthcare to gaming to music. If you're interested in reading the whole report, by all means, fill your boots. But if you don't have the time, here are the 4 top-line trends to watch. The first one is streaming curation. It's not as social as you might think. Nope, it's more about individualization. This growing breadth of music discovery is arguably driven more by the platform itself surfacing up new content than by the activity of an individual's bounded social network. Put another way, effective recommendations on playlists like Discover Weekly and Release Radar require crowds, but not groups. The next one is there's still a lot of mobile money left on the table. Lots of mobile money left on the table. More effort needs to be made to get consumers to buy music productions from their mobile phones. One important challenge that remains, particularly in the live and retail sectors of music, is driving more sales on mobile devices. You guys can check out Real Talk Big G Radio app by going to Google Play Store. Soon we will have an app on iTunes, the Apple Store. Beyond subscription streaming, mobile accounts for 70% of concert browsing. Can you believe that? 70% of concert browsing and discovery activity, but only 30% of actual transactions. A lot of people love to look, but do a lot of people want to buy? But 30% really is not that bad, signaling the need for better mobile e-commerce experience with higher conversion rates. And the next is visual and vocal cues will drive more music discovery and search. I just can't see myself talking to my devices, but that's just me. Yet, the rise of voice-enabled devices may introduce an entirely new paradigm for music discovery by removing LED screens entirely, legitimized by rapid adoption rates and back-end improvements. You know, when I think about the mobile devices, such as on my mobile phone, sometimes when I touch that little microphone, you know, when you're driving, it's not wise to text and drive. So quite often I press that little record button on my mobile device, and lots of times it says something that I did not even say. It insults people. If I don't have time to correct it while I'm driving, I could get in big trouble. I mean, enormous trouble. I can offend people that I don't want to offend, but that's just something that I feel the technical people need to improve on, because it really is not really great. It's not a great service when you have a good intentions of communicating with someone and that little microphone on your smartphone is insulting people. Remember the Radiohead stage collapse trial? It's ended in a mistrial. The Bill Cosby court case wasn't the only mistrial this week. Everybody is focusing on good old Bill, but it was not the only mistrial reported in the past week. It was not. And I'm just going to keep my personal opinions aside regarding Bill Cosby, because the purpose of all things music is not to, insult anybody with my opinions. You may feel some kind of way. I may feel some kind of way, and that is not really productive. But the Bill Cosby court case wasn't the only mistrial this week. Remember when Radiohead's stage in Toronto, Canada collapsed and killed one of their roadies? The legal proceedings from that 2012 accident still haven't been settled, and it may be a while yet. To review, in June of 2012, just hours before the start of a concert at Downsview Park, part of a lighting rig falling on the stage below. Radiohead drum tech Scott Johnson was killed. And this has happened many, many times in the concert world. Curtis Mayfield was paralyzed as a result of the stage, certain types of equipment that was attached to the stage, like lighting and bars, fell on top of his head while he was performing, and it left him paralyzed. Well, in this case, an investigation resulted in the Ontario Ministry of Labour filing 4 charges each against promoter Live Nation Canada, Live Nation Ontario, and OPEC Staging and Services. One charge of endangering a worker as a result of negligence was laid on engineer Dominic Cugliari. The case dragged on and on. Some 40 days of testimony. 40 days of testimony. Can you imagine how those poor jurors felt? Were heard over the last 18 months. But this week, the whole thing came to a crashing halt when Judge Sean Nakasuri was promoted from his old position to Ontario Superior Court. This means he no longer has jurisdiction over the case. Under criminal code rules, this wouldn't be a problem. A judge who's promoted during a trial has to stick with it until its conclusion. However, since this case involves charges until the Provincial Offences Act, Judge Nakasuru had no choice to excuse himself. After all this time and all this work and all the heartache endured by the Johnson family, everything needs to start from scratch, which is bad enough. But there's another problem. Under a Supreme Court of Canada ruling that places time limits on the start of trials, there is a possibility that the whole thing could get thrown out because it's taken too long. But if the motion to dismiss is rejected, a new trial will begin on September 5th. Hey, that's my birthday, September 5, and continue until sometime in May 2018. A verdict would come close to the 6th anniversary of the accident. And that definitely is very, very tragic for all sides. I'm sure that Radiohead, they did not intend for one of their roadies to be killed in a horrible, horrible accident. That is terrible. I'd like to share the ongoing history of the new music encore presentation by the Beastie Boys, Part 2. Now, if you've never heard of the Beastie Boys, I need you guys to Google their name after my broadcast, which ends at 10:30 a.m. So the ongoing history of new music encore presentation about the Beastie Boys. As the encore presentation continues, we use the summer to fuel up for a season of new shows fall, just like TV. Everybody check out Get Bigger TV. We are partnered with CityLink Television. We can sell you your own television channel exclusively in the entire state of Louisiana and anywhere around the world. You can go to citylinktv.com. In the search box, type Get Bigger TV. You can check out some of my previous broadcasts, or you can email us at biggartists@gmail.com, or contact our office at 504-662-9814. Ongoing history will consist of the most popular and most requested shows of the past couple of years. Following up on last week's show, we'll cover the second half of the Beastie Boys' career. Also, I'd like to mention that I have an incredible show prepared this Saturday. Live in my studio is an indie artist by the name of Train Gang. He is from Lacombe, Louisiana. He is the next big rap hip-hop star. So we're going to have him broadcast it live on Get Bigger TV. We're also going to broadcast him at CrescentCityRadio.com, www.crescent, CRESCENT, cityradio.com, and we are going to broadcast the interview live here on my show, Real Talk Big G with JuLģi DuCré. You can just go to Spreaker.com, search for Real Talk Big G Radio. When you open up that page, click on shows and click on JuLģi DuCré, and you will find me. So we have lots and lots and lots of music that we are going to be sharing, including live interviews on Get Bigger TV. Now, someone inboxed me through Facebook yesterday wanting to know what is the best way to market yourself if you are an indie artist. They wanted my professional opinion because I'm the general manager of Big G's agency, which is a boutique style entertainment services company. Did you guys notice I was kind of like gasping for air because I have yet to have my first cup of coffee, but soon after this broadcast, I will have a big cup of Joe. Well, I highly recommend that before you decide to broadcast, I want you guys to check out Song Music Cast. Song Music Cast distribution. I have been distributing my music with Songcast music distribution since 2008, and let me tell you, you get reports of royalties. They pay you very, very well. They distribute music all over the world, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, all of the big music distribution outlets. Songcast music, or if it's not Songcast music, check out Song Music Cast distribution. I highly recommend them. So why can't music be used in podcasts? Someone asked me that question because Real Talk Big G Radio has applied for its license with ASCAP, CSAC, and BMI. They are the three largest. People do not know CSAC is the biggest. CSAC, SESAC, is the biggest out of all the other two I just mentioned. And you will get your quarterly reports from them. I've noticed as an ASCAP member since 2006 that ASCAP doesn't always, even if you don't get any royalties, they fail to issue the quarterly reports, and I find that very disappointing. And so we want to pay artists royalties for their musical works. Right now we are licensed with one of the biggest publishers in the world, and we are playing their music. But within the next 2 to 3 months, we will be licensed with all three, CSAC, ASCAP, and BMI. If you want to submit your music for consideration for playing on our radio station, email realtalkbiggradio@gmail.com. Send us MP3 onlys, YouTube links, Vimeo links, a well-written bio. We also want a great picture of you with your group, or if you're a solo artist, one alone. A couple of years ago, I got an email from a guy who was a fan of my show, Real Talk Big G Artist Agency, which is live every Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can listen to my show at Crescent City Radio by installing that free TuneIn app and just browse for Crescent City Radio. And then I'm on at 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and also my show. Follow me, JuLģi, JuLA DuCré, on TuneIn. So this guy contacted my show through email saying, hey, love what you do. I just downloaded 3.2 TB of your show from a torrent so I can listen to them whenever I want. But I noticed that there's no show on So did you ever do one? And I'm like, yes. You can go to SoundCloud and you can check out Real Talk Big G Artist Agency. We are continuing to upload 6 years of entertainment broadcast as well as live interviews by going to SoundCloud and searching for Real Talk Big G Artist Agency. So hundreds of shows created by me over the years are found on SoundCloud. I've lost track of all of the times I've been asked, well, how come Ongoing History isn't a podcast? The expectation of the online generation is that all information should be available somewhere on demand, right? We wanted to do it, but concerns and costs over licensing made it impossible to do it legally. And we believe in doing everything legally. But back in February, we made a decision in February of this year to create our own radio station. So my partners and I decided that we wanted to invest in our own radio station. You're listening to Real Talk Big G Radio. We broadcast the world's music, the hottest music by real artists. Now, I don't listen to a lot of FM or AM radio stations because it seems to be prejudiced to specific type of artists and specific type of genres. And lots of times, a lot of that music that they're playing is not really good music. It's not the kind of music that I want to jam to. I don't know if it's the kind of music that you want to jam to. I'm a huge fan of Rihanna, but when she came out with that work, 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 da 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 da. I'm like, if it were you, an indie artist, an independent artist, do you think any of the major urban and pop stars around the country would be playing your song? Do you think they would be playing your song? Work, 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 work. Da 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 da. I don't think so. I beg to differ. But because of her name, because she is a big quote unquote rock star, they killed our ears with that nonsense. Now, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Rihanna, but that particular song is pure nonsense. And I will not play it. I am not going to play it. Once we get our 3 licenses with ASCAP, CSAC, and BMI, I'm not going to play that song. Yes, I will spin. My team and I, my DJs, we will play a lot of Rihanna songs, but we will not be playing that song because I just don't think it's good music. I really don't. So back in February of this year, we put our heads together, we put our resources together, and we decided that we wanted to start our own radio station. And here we are with Real Talk Big G Radio. We launched it officially on May 17th, and we are about a month out of the gate. Now we have listeners throughout the United States, Canada, Italy, the United Kingdom, in the Syria, Arab nation. We've got them in Mexico, Thailand, Suriname, all over the world, Barbados, and other countries as well. So I want to thank everyone from those countries who consistently tune in every single day to our shows, our episodes, even when we are playing live 24/7. I just want to say thank you. Now, fortunately, the demand for music to be played on radio stations, fortunately, it's really, really high. However, we at Real Talk Big G Radio are not going to infringe upon any musical artist's copyrights. That means we want to pay your royalties. When you submit to Real Talk Radio at Real Talk Big G Radio at gmail.com. Once again, our email address is realtalkbigradio at gmail.com. When you submit your music to us for consideration for playing on our radio station, I need you to let us know if you are affiliated with CSAC, ASCAP, or BMI. That is very important because once we get our license, we need to know which recording society, who's going to be collecting your royalties. That is very, very important for us to know. Also, we get emails and inboxes. If you're a friend of DuCré on Facebook, hit me up. Official JuLē, J-U-L-A, DuCré on Facebook. Hit me up. We get requests from people who have not even copywritten their music to play their music on our radio station. And I have to say, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because it's not fair to you. Every artist should understand that copyrighting your music protects you from third parties. What that means is if someone tries to steal your music, someone tries to re-record your music or publish your music or put your music in their video or use your music to create jingles or ringtones, etc., that you can file a copyright claim against them. Even when you are sharing someone else's music on YouTube, the musical copyright owner, and that's usually the publisher for the artist, will file a copyright claim because you didn't get permission. You did not obtain permission from the artist or the songwriter publisher. You did not. You just did that. But typically, if you do that not knowingly, in most cases, they are willing to share the advertising dollars with you if you decide to monetize. So you can contact them directly. You can say, hi, I love your artist's music. I would love to share advertising dollars with you if you will let us keep the music to our show on YouTube. If you reach out to them directly, they are most certainly to broker a deal with you. But you have to be willing to share the monetization monies with them. Now, the difference between artists who know the music business and the ones who do not know the music business is that the ones who know the music business and are doing it right and are monetizing, even if you you should be monetizing on Spotify. You should be anywhere they are using your music and they are running ads. You have to understand that they are getting paid advertising dollars. So I want everybody to come back, check back tomorrow with me, JuLē DuCré, 8:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m. 10 o'clock a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to have another new show. I'm going to take you guys out with my original tune, which is called Low Down Dirty Blues. Have a great day. Peace and love. I'm out, everybody. Thank you. And don't forget to share this broadcast and follow me. Follow JuLē DuCré by going to Spreaker.com, install the app, or better yet, install Real Talk Big G Radio app on Google Play. You can follow with my studio audience, and they are so fantastic. I want everybody to give it up this morning. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Let's give it up. Come on, let's give it up. I could not do it without you, without our listeners, without our audience. Wow, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, settle down now. Settle down. Don't forget to come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, to All Things Music. This is your host, JuLģi, making radio cool again on Real Talk Big G Radio. Let's give it up again, guys.